to bring through codes that help facilitate with grief of any kind, even some stagnant grief or things that we don't even know we need to grieve, or even just stuff, stagnant emotions that can use some clearing. So if you feel in a need of assistance of some grief release, or just processing some of your own emotions, you can take a moment to listen to this video and just have an open heart, okoshiki, and it's for the highest healing of all involved, highest good of all involved. It's also a big activation to send love to those who have passed that we care about. Anytime in your life, in reconnecting souls that are meant to be reconnected even beyond the physical. Releasing the weight of the heart, the weight of the pain of grief. Anani akia kodoshama ania koriokoto oshana ia o asha o moya noya clear koti do no ni na na ni na ni ono no ni ono no ni ono ni no ni no no ni oko shamaya da do shimikia da. I'm being shown to, when we carry a lot of grief in our heart space, or even just within our state of consciousness, it's almost like the lower chakras get blocked because our heart becomes covered, it becomes heavy. It's like a weight of the world on our shoulders. So they're saying that when we can release the heart, the grief, wherever even maybe stored in our bodies, because it can be stored anywhere, right? It allows more fluidity of our energetic system, of our physical bodies. It helps us to be more grounded as well. Because it can also confine our minds to a certain state of consciousness that is looking through the state of grief instead of processing the grief and seeing beyond, trusting to that when we lose someone we care about, it doesn't fully separate us from them. The separation is the illusion. So allowing for more connection to the heart space. And if you're feeling any heaviness and tension in the body, just try to breathe into it. Allow there to be that feeling, accepting it, not trying to get rid of it, or even any emotions that may feel hard to feel even in general. Asharia koramoya uasha nananio korata da shadio kodomoya tioto shadi ama ana asha ukoromokaya nana. Clearing the throat chakra as well. It is safe to express grief. It is safe to express your needs. Bringing in rainbow light. Shamanani akorama ashanani iki ama anani iki amanani koko to onani ni mo mi Washama aya okodo shodo. Ima anana anani mo no shaka uko shanani akariakada. Omoshanani akorokotoko, shakati korokotoko, shakati korokotoko. Shani a. They're saying that these are the Palladians. They're saying that the grief is a tool to utilize because it actually calls for more heart expansion, more love, more acceptance of this human life that is ever changing and ever evolving. The impermanence of the beauty within the natural state of that. Even as nature flows, it always is going through death and rebirth. So it's even accepting our own evolution, that we're not just our bodies, that our souls are infinite. That is also okay to grieve those that we lose, that move on to a different plane of existence. Or even just that are no longer in a physical vessel. So we're healing trauma as well of what grief holds for us, what our souls have connected or experienced to what death contains into our reality. They're saying, if that makes sense for you. Moshi, take it as you will. Ashamokorikotoshi ananiaka omokatana ananiaka ukashama aya aya i ta ushama ani anania tata asha akototo. We're just clearing certain timelines. We're saying that hold false beliefs, false amasha ani akadadodo, false teachings even, or suppression of our inner knowing. So many of you who are very sensitive, you've probably had multiple lifetimes where you have been told or demonized for your awareness, for your sensitivities, even killed for that very specific beingness of that lifetime. So we're clearing that as well, clearing the trauma. So this is a full body past life clearing as well, through space and time. Bringing in divinity codes on all frequency levels. Nia ushama aya shauyo ushamaya ashai ukudo shamaya niata uku shanya kodo shamo ashi. And take a deep breath. Ashuko ashia. Shaua shaya aya. They're saying too, there is no wrong way of processing these codes, these releases of grief, releases of trauma. All is well. Ashamakadi, G. Just be gentle with yourself and allow. Ashamokodoti, okodashadada, iti. A lot may be purging that you have no idea what it is exactly, and that's okay. That's part of what could be from the past lives as well. Even I'm hearing from different universal systems that you have experienced. There's a big clearing for the feminine energy through these codes as well. I'm not saying that it won't clear the masculine energy, but keeping like the witch energy of feminines that have been persecuted. Clearing black magic as well. Nani akara ki akakako toto shida ashi. There we go. Hashimokodi asha. Clear. Bringing back into the light. Amokotoyi on all sections, all universal systems. Okoshamoko yokototo. Imokari yokotosha. Ashamako yokoto mashamaya kada. Oshamoko rebalancing, restructuring, sovereignty koda kashikoto mashiya kataki yokodo shamokorikodo ma aya ana nani okoto toto yakoto hashikodo makaya ana ani okorokoto shama aya da okodo no nyokodo shamakayakati okodo shaya kodo shididi. You are safe to be yourself. Amokoshimokoryokoto ashatata and love deeply. Okoshamokorokata. They're saying when we sometimes experience grief, we can also feel like I'm not going to love that much because it is so painful. It's almost like we take it as a lesson, as okomashiti, to not deepen our hearts. But when we're releasing grief, or when we have grief, that also just shows our capacity for love, and to allow that to expand, because we're meant to be ourselves, to be loved, to connect and experience all different forms of love, with all different types of souls and experiences. I'm even hearing passions of what excites us in this lifetime in that way as well. Amakaya anania asha auku ashada oshama asha. We're still just clearing density. Akasha anani okoromokorita asha nanani aka ukashama a iadada ashada ukudoto ashania korokoto. And when I'm filming this, it's November 22nd, so 11/22/22. Akamoshikiti. They're saying it's a beneficial frequency today to help with this clearing, because I'm seeing like this big vacuum kind of coming into the collective and releasing a lot of grief. Okomoshiti. Even I'm hearing all different earth grid points, so whatever trauma or even I'm hearing wars have been happening or have happened. We're clearing the land as well, earth grid worker, if you feel connected to that or resonate with working with the earth grid, there is something there for you. So I'm hearing meditate if you feel guided to even maybe cleanse the area of which you live in. Ukodoma ana asha ukodo amaya niokorokoto anani asha uku amokoya a shani ukurimata asha uku shini ata ma asha ukoto sha I. Calling in the dragons of the earth ley lines to clear, purify amoshikiti, the water dragons, ako mokachi anani asha aki. Okodo, heighten the frequency, bringing back a restored state of the earth grid. Okomokashiki. And they're saying even when we work with earth grid, we're also working with our meridian system of our being, our energetic system. Akati akodosho. Any work you do personally, whatever that be, I'm hearing even changing a small little habit that is more beneficial. It radiates out, it helps shift through time and space. They're wanting to remind you of how powerful you are, how we create and co-create, how we exist through our awareness. There we go. Okay. Ashamakaya ashi ashani akada oshamokanani asha asha shasho ukodo ashama ashi akada ni aka okada amasha iakodoshi okodamasha asha okodo. We're bringing in new heart codes of sovereignty and peace so that we can have more acceptance around what grief brings up for us. Omasha ashi okodo, asha di okodo, asha osho, asha ododo, asha omoki okodo, asha moku yokoyaneni aka akada okodo, okodo shama ahiaki okodo shaki okodo shakotoma ayanani aka u. Asha ukodomo aya o asha na asha asha. We're just clearing. They're showing me different Many of you have a lot of chains around your neck, almost kind of like encapsulating the throat chakra. Oshama ana, we're clearing, dissolving. Okodama shakidi okoda ni aka, all that no longer serves. Akomokaya kashidi akodo ada di aka shogoa. Kamoaya nani akada. Na iakodo. No mokoria kada osha ani aoko maani iata rakada okodo shani a okodomo adi ata. Setting up new anchor and heart center okotoshi grounding ako mokoyashi ianani okorokodo maana ani okorokoti asha ashashishi. So they're saying that these codes are universal for all that are watching, and it will go to where you're most needing clearing and realignment at this time. You can watch this multiple times and get different aspects of clearing depending on where your system is and what you need, of course. But they're saying too that this clearing of grief in the collective that we're clearing is going to be for the next 2 weeks specifically. So you may also just feel more like ascension type symptoms, or even just be emotional at times that may not make sense. So that's all normal, they're saying. It's also, they're showing me the earth grid is clearing through these different portals we've been accessing through these codes that are meant to be reactivated and cleansed. And they're actually saying that these codes will help with lessening ascension symptoms within the next couple months, because there's a lot of huge upgrades coming in through the new year, through the holidays. So it's actually a benefit, these codes, to help clear density from our system so that we're not impacted by higher frequencies and feeling the contrast of the densities that are still in our bodies, or that we're maybe not ready or feeling or know how to meet, they're saying, how to process. So this is just a tool. And tomorrow is the new moon in Sagittarius, so there is a lot of energies within the astrological plane, they're saying in that way, of new beginnings, releasing, really kind of taking stock of our values, of what we want to keep creating, especially to the new year. Omokashi akayokodo naniaka ukuma ani ata rakti toto shani aryakato shama aya ayada ea naniako shamani ani au asha uku doma ani a no ni ananiaka da ukoshani okotama aniakodo shani akariakata sha ukudoma shiti ukudoma ananiaka shadow. There's a lot of spinal column clearing as well. Akoshama kadi oshania kariakodo shaniaka nani anani itiata asha akodo maani akaya kodo shanio kodoma shayakada uko ukodoshamaka ashania amania kada okodoshado ishama ya ania kada. I'm also hearing that our teams, our galactic guides, they are assisting us with feeling more confident within standing in our vulnerability, within our open hearts, even as we experience grief, or that we see things in the world that break our hearts open through the pain that they cause, or the contrast. They're saying they want us to recognize our power of feeling, of being open, of sovereignty, through recognizing the need for all. Dashoko shiniako ashaniako dodo nania karioko do shania sha ukuama shani ariako do shamoya niako dodo shani ariako do shania ashokodo shani a. It's beautiful. They're showing me the visual of everyone's hearts being like a different color, but its own unique frequency, and how that echoes into the world. Like I'm seeing the earth and even the whole solar system of our galaxy, that it our hearts are just so powerful. We're all so powerful. It's like every color that you can't even put names to, because they're just all these different colors, these different higher frequencies of who we are. As a collective, as individuals, as one source energy, right? Our divine source. Akada okodo unity. Akoshamani akada. Ayani mokoryokoda shani akia okoani asha ay. Okay. That was a really big clearing, really big activation. So, all right. There might be a part 2 to this, kind of, I'm hearing, like another download of grief codes or codes to assist with our grief. Again, whatever that means for you, what grief comes up. I'm guided to mention too that I have availability throughout the rest of the year and into the new year of new clients. So if you feel guided to have your own light code activations, such as this video, I do quantum healing sessions. So whatever is meant for your highest good, we work in that modality in that way, one-on-one. And I also offer channeling sessions where I channel the Arcturians, and you can ask them any questions that you have, or the Palladians. You can do that for certain amounts of time, or how I do the time frames. And I can do custom sound baths if you feel guided to receive healing through sound, and just a recorded custom activation that you can play and have at any time you need or would like. Also light code activations through art, digital art as well. And starting this Friday, November 25th, I will be putting all my canvas artwork up for 50% off to try to clear out my inventory so I can make some new artwork and get these guys some homes so that they're not just sitting in my studio space. So that will be going on from November 25th to Christmas Day. So December 25th will be the 50% off sale. And that can be found the link below or in the link in my bio if you're on Instagram. But yeah, I hope you're all doing really well. I hope these codes can help assist you in releasing some density around your heart, and know that you're safe to grieve, to also allow our loved ones to pass on and move to where their soul is meant to go. Yeah, I love you all so much.